All right, today I'm going to share with you an accidental discovery. And I learned three things during this accidental discovery that took me from having 0 followers, 0 views, to millions of views over a period of time, tens of thousands of new followers within just a few months. I'm going to share all of that with you coming up on this short video. And first of all, I want to say thank you for joining. And do me a favor, let me know whether you're watching live or on replay, where you're watching from. I've also put up on the screen a website, and I'm just giving you a little heads up. November 21st of this month, we're launching my first book. You can get a preview of that book on that website. There's also a free resource that you can grab, and lots of exciting things coming up with that book. But we're going to get straight into the accidental discovery. Like, what did I learn that helped me do that? How many of you remember, by the way, it was an app called Periscope, right? And I may be, telling my age, but it's been several years ago. It was one of the first live streaming apps that came onto the marketplace. And I remember, and I'm just being transparent with you, I remember going, okay, here's a new app. And Harley, I don't know anyone on this app. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to practice and I'm going to have fun. And I can always delete the app. I can always delete all the videos. But you know what? I'm just going to have some fun and try it. And so what I would do is every single day, I would be in my car, and if it was before I got the kids or whatever it may be, and I would go, you know what, I'm going to go live. And I think subconsciously I was going, you know what, if I'm in my car and people know that I'm busy, then if it's not that great a live or video, then we can just chalk it up to, hey, Darren's busy. He's going to get his kids. He just jumped on here. He didn't have time to prepare. When in reality, I was trying. But that was my excuse. And so what happened was I was dreading getting on and talking to the camera, just like I'm doing right now. And by the way, I'm going to give you three things that I learned from this experience. It took me to millions of views. The last one is the most important. And I remember getting on there every day, at first nervous, dreading it, and going, man, I don't feel like jumping on a video today. But I made a commitment that I was going to go live every single day, at least 6 days a week, over 30 days. And then what happened was, yes, I was nervous. I would stutter. I would stammer. I would get distracted from the comments, all the things that were going on. But every day I got a little bit better and a little bit better. Every day, what was once uncomfortable started to be kind of comfortable. And then eventually it got to the point to where I couldn't wait to jump on that video. Like, I couldn't wait to jump on that app. Well, I'm like, man, I'm craving the interaction with my new little family that I'm creating on this app. And so what happened was, not only did I start to crave it, other people started to crave it, because when you go on and you're yourself and you're being authentic, you start to attract who you are, repel who you are not. And here's what happened. I started getting a few people watching me every single day. And then it went to a few dozen people every single day. Then it went to, I'm putting on 1,000 new followers, 2,000 followers, 5,000, 10,000. And what happened was, all of a sudden it exploded to like 40,000 followers within just a few months. So what I was dreading doing just 120 days before, I did not want to do it. I did not feel comfortable doing it. I was terrible doing it. Now I was craving it. I was getting a little bit better. It was like me and you are sitting down. We're having a cup of coffee. You and I are having a cup of coffee. We're exchanging, conversations. We're relaxed. We're having some fun, right? And it got to the point where we were one big happy family, because they would give me feedback. I would teach and train them and coach them and share things with them. A lot of the times I'm like, man, I don't even know if anybody would want to hear that, but they did. So let me give you three very simple things that took me from no followers, no views, to millions of views. And the views are not even the most important thing. The most important thing was I connected with people that are still connected to me today. Some of them have been friends for years. It allowed me to go from living in a little teeny town thinking I would never have a big impact, to all of a sudden reaching people all over the world. And I'm going to give you a couple tips. And the very last one, I'm going to share with you what was the most important thing that I did that gave me the biggest results. So number one, this was an accidental discovery. What I thought was a negative, me not being polished, me not knowing how to jump on a live video, not knowing what to say, what to do, thinking nobody would really care about the message that I had to deliver because I wasn't going to be that good delivering the message, was actually the thing that helped me relate. People relate to me. People want to do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. And it used to take a long time for people to get to that point. Now, people can jump on a video. They can look at you right now. They can see your energy, your eyes, all. I mean, it's pretty easy to see who someone is. And if they are your style, there's some people, I mean, let me know. Don't name any names, but maybe it's me to you. I don't know. You see someone and you're going, dang, that's kind of annoying. But yet, here's what's fascinating. It's so annoying that it's like a bad car wreck. You can't help but watch because you become fascinated going, whoa, man, do people really want to see that? But you want to be, number one, be authentic. Be yourself. There's a reason that reality TV shows have exploded. People are tired of the hype. They're tired of people being fake. And you being vulnerable, you being you, no matter what it is, it's relatable. It's what attracts the right people to you. Like attracts like. Culture attracts what it is. It repels what it's not. So number one, and by the way, these are very simple. I had like another aha moment, or let's say accidental discovery, just jumping on here. I'm like, these are so simple. It's something that anyone and everyone can do, but I'll bet you it's so simple. A lot of people ignore what I'm going to share. And I'm like, do you think that a lot of times we don't want something that's simple and very easy to do? Because then the only excuse for us not doing it is we don't want to get out of our comfort zone. Do we look for things that are complicated so that way we can have an excuse that we're not prepared, we're not ready, we need to do this and that before we get started? I think that's the case. So you can be you. And guess what? You're the only one there is like you. Don't try to copy other people. It's okay to find what people have done. Look at their, mimic the practices and the techniques and some of the skills. But in the end, you want to add your personality. Your vibe will attract your tribe. You don't want to attract a bunch of people that are not your tribe. That's not going to serve you, and it's not going to serve them. Number two, here's the other accidental discovery. What did I do? I did not feel ready. Hey, I'm going to jump on this app because no one knows who I am. That was my attitude when I jumped on that app that just came out. No one knows who I am. I can embarrass myself, and it really doesn't matter because I don't know them. I'll never see them another day in my life. And then, and not only that, I can delete the app. I can delete the videos. But I jumped on, even though I did not feel like I was ready, because we're never going to feel like we're ready. Right now, I'm going to do a whole nother training talking about if you're not sucking at what you do right now, if you're not being bad at what you're doing right now, you're in trouble because it means that you're not growing. It means that you've gotten good at where you are and you're comfortable and you're not striving to go to that next level. We're growing or declining. We're climbing or sliding, but you're never going to feel ready. That's why Emerson said, do the thing, then have the power. You've got to do it messy. So what I did was I went on. I was authentic. I was transparent. I'm like, hey, listen, this is new to me, just like it's new to you. I'm pretty nervous, but I know that I have something that I can add of value to your life. I know that I can share some things with you that may help some of you that have been where I have been to help you get to where I am now and help you on that journey and compress timeframes and shorten your learning curve to make a difference in your life. So if you can look past me stuttering, if you can look past me being nervous, if you can look past me losing my train of thought because all the comments keep coming in and then there was negativity. Whenever you start having influence, you start growing, you also have haters that jump on board as well. But number two, you're never going to feel ready. You got to jump in. You got to do it messy. You're going to fail. You're going to fail forward. But every time when you get off, as long as you ask the right questions, no matter what you're doing in business, how can I get better? What can I learn from that experience? How can I not just go through that? How can I grow through that? How can that make me better, not bitter, even if it was something that didn't go extremely well? So you're never going to feel ready. But you have to act the way you want to feel, and soon you'll feel the way you act. No great entrepreneur, business person, real estate agent, network marketer, wherever you are, none of them started out great. They started out bad. They started out bad. And so my attitude was, if I'm going to be bad before I'm good, can I just hurry up and get it out of the way? To me, that's a lot less painful. Let me just be bad really fast as much as I can. That's why I made a commitment to go every single day, short little live videos on this app that I'd never heard of called Periscope. And can I get a little bit better today than I was yesterday? That was my only goal. Can I get a little bit better? Is there one more person that will jump on today that may not have been on yesterday? And in a second, I'm going to share with you what happened that blew my mind and changed my world, and it should yours as well. Number three, you learn from other people's experiences. So what happened, I'm like, okay, if things are going this great, and all of a sudden me being bad, me not feeling ready, but I'm being myself. I'm just going to be who I am. If they like it, great. If they don't, they never have to watch me again. I'm going to do it messy. I'm going to fail forward, but I'm going to get a little bit better every single day. I'm like, what if I can find someone that has what I want and learn from them and shave years off my learning curve? So let me tell you what happened. I flew across the country to San Francisco. There was a summit. I found the top guy who had the most followers, who was doing the best on that app. And I paid him to stay after with me for a few hours. And I paid him $5,000. $5,000. No one else asked him to do that. But I'm like, that's crazy. Why do I want to spend all that time trying to figure out what to do? If I'm getting the results that I'm getting right now, why not? Because there's two ways I can get there. I can spend a long time trying to figure it out, or pay for his experiences, his lessons, and get there sooner. So I did that, came back. I remember being in Florida. I was out walking by a beautiful lake. I had something that came to my mind. I'm like, you know what? I want to share this with my family. I'm going to go live. And on that live was 6,000 people from all over the world. Because what he taught me, little teeny 1% things that were so simple. Like you're like, when you see them, you're like, I can't believe this is that simple. But when I made those little adjustments, it shaved a lot of time off my learning curve, because he had been doing video for a long time. He had been working with a lot of top people in that company, worked at their corporate office. So he knew, hey, here's some little adjustments. And with a few little adjustments, you can multiply your results. Your results can grow exponentially. And you go, well, why is that big of a deal? What if you could share your message in a convention center with 6,000 people and you're the only speaker? Can you imagine the impact and the influence and the value that you can bring? And from that, it built me. It's what launched my social media presence. And it led me to people that still I work with today and connections that I've done business with. So those three things, number one, you got to be you. You got to be authentic. Don't worry about trying to be like someone else. Yeah, learn from what they've done. But when it comes down to it, you got to use have your personality, and you're going to attract, your vibe's going to attract your tribe. Number two, you're not going to feel ready. You got to do it messy, fail forward, just leap and grow your wings on the way down. And number three, find someone. And I'm not talking about just anyone. People approach me every single day. Hey, do you want me to grow your social media? I look on their social media. They don't have a fraction of the people that I have. I'm like, well, if you had done a lot more than I've done, and I'm looking at your conversations and your connections and your results and your testimonials, let's talk. But when I'm going to your profile and you hadn't done what I've done, why would I hire you to help me do that? That makes no sense. Like you hiring me to teach you how to have beautiful hair. That's not going to happen. So find someone that is, and for me, I look for an expert, someone that's one of the best, and I get them as a mentor. Whatever. Now, if they have free content and that's where you are, look, I don't have the money to hire anyone. There's so much free content. Like for me, if you go to my social media, we have a podcast, we have YouTube videos, we're adding some new blogs. There's lots of free content. There's leaders that have come to me going, Darren, I don't want to spend 28 years figuring out what you figured out in, owning franchises, being a network marketer, doing all those things, building e-commerce businesses, building a social media presence, how to brand. I want to hire you because I want to shave years off my learning curve. Love working with those people, but find someone that has what you want, model what they do, learn from them. So those are the three things. Again, very simple, but simple is what, to me, I like simple things that are effective. And right before I jumped on, I'm like, dang, will people pay attention to this? Even though people want to go, Darren, what's the secret? How do I get hundreds of thousands of followers? How do I get millions of views? And then when you share things with them, they go, it's too simple. And in my mind, I believe that we look for complicated things a lot of the times because it gives us an excuse to procrastinate. It gives us an excuse not to take action. But in reality, it doesn't matter how simple, how basic, as long as it's effective. And you give me someone that continues to do these basics, and they're going to do it messy. They're going to be themselves. They're going to look for guidance. They're coachable. They have no ego. They're like, look, you tell me what to do and I'll do it. You have been where I want to go. And then you could go out and help them change their world. But those three simple tips, make sure you put those into action immediately. And let me see real quick before I jump off. Hey, Lisa, thanks for joining. All right. What's up, Edward? Great to see you. All right. Just got to jump in and do all the things and clean up the mess later. You're exactly right. So do me a favor while you're still on here, or if you're watching replay, go ahead and smash that heart button. If you're on Facebook, wherever you are, tag someone that that may need to hear this message. Just a little bit of encouragement, today. And it just may take that one little push. There may be someone that you tag today. They watch this and go, you know what? I have been procrastinating because one, I didn't feel ready. I didn't want to do it messy. I thought I needed to prepare a little bit more, or whatever it may be. So tag them, subscribe, and, give me your feedback. Let me know, what did you have an aha moment? Is there something that you needed to hear? And then also, if you have some suggestions on other content you would love for me to share with you, because my goal through the month of November, I want to come on and jump on the platforms here. Like this is on LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook and all over the place. I want to be able to come on every day that I possibly can and just give you little simple things that you can implement. I don't want to overwhelm you with so much information that you can't get something from it, but I do come back and I read the comments. I put them in a note that I have for future training topics. And then that shows me what you need and then shows me how I can add value and serve you. But I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we will see you on the next training. Take care.